A 30-year-old girl had been to a hotel for a room with other men hundreds of times before marriage. After attending dozens of blind dates, she finally found the man she liked the most. However, on the day of their engagement, her blind date coincidentally discovered the girl's hundreds of hotel room records.
全都是开的5星级酒店，然后查的记录是好几百次。
The girl, however, directly accused the man, who was supposed to be her backup, of tarnishing her reputation, and demanded a compensation of 1 million yuan. The girl told the mediator that she had been working away from home since she was 15, and was now nearly 30 years old. Still—
Wait a minute, so you telling me this girl stayed in over 100 different 5-star hotels 100 times? With different dudes? Shorty was starting, boy, man. See, that's one thing. That's like when you see a girl taking a bunch of trips on Instagram. One thing I always say is, I be like, yo, her sponsor is lit. I don't be like, yo, she lit, she traveling. I be like, yo, her sponsor is lit. You know it's a sponsor. I don't care how much money a female got. They rather spend your money than theirs.
Still unmarried, which led to pressure from her family to get married. After attending numerous blind dates, she finally selected the man she was with now. Although this man was not rich and not particularly good-looking, the girl thought his character was good, that he was an honest man, and someone who could live—
Of course you think his character is good after you done got used up 100 different times in the tell.
A stable life with her. After just a month of blind dating, the two quickly got engaged. However, this was where the twist began. The night before the engagement, the girl suddenly discovered she was pregnant. Initially, the man was overjoyed upon hearing the news. But the next day at the engagement banquet, he suddenly changed his attitude, angrily questioning the woman about whose child it really was, and the engagement banquet ended in disappointment. The child, who has now been born for 4 months, has not received any care from the man. Not only did he not visit the child, but he also sued the girl, demanding the return of the extravagant dowry. In the girl's story, the mediator was furious, and immediately took the girl to confront the man. When questioned, the man stated that he had no feelings for the girl, and that they were just pushed into this situation by their families. So they ended up settling together. In the month from blind date to engagement, the girl had humiliated both him and his parents multiple times.
他当时已经是下定决心了，100%不会跟我结婚，说我蠢啊，说我怎么样，说怎么样。他说什么？我还怕我孩子生下来基因有问题的，跟你一样这么蠢。他当时说是这么说嘛？但我想一个女的，我们2个男的是吧？你对我一点感情也没有，我们才1个月。然后你还非要把孩子生下来，那我想想这个女的到底是什么事情呢？
As for why he doubted the child wasn't his, the man explained that he and the girl had only been together one night. Though it is possible to get pregnant after one night, the probability is very small.
你明明知道我们家没钱，明明知道我们家礼金都是借的，你要说我们家好有钱了是吧？有个几百万，有个几十万几百万了对吧？你把孩子生下来，你敲我一笔，那我也这也是个理由，对不对？那你妈说你现在把孩子生下来，那你到底是出于什么样的感情呢？什么样的想法呢？到底是一个女的。
Hearing the man question the child's paternity, the girl immediately labeled him a scumbag. She accused him of doubting the child's origins just to avoid taking responsibility for raising the child, and insisted the child was definitely his, because she had never slept with anyone else. Even when she was with her ex-boyfriend, she had taken precautions, and if the man still didn't believe her, she was ready to do a paternity test. The man said that the court would do a paternity test during the lawsuit. Then he left. The woman said the most unforgivable thing the man had done was investigate her hotel room history, which he even spread all over, making it well known to everyone.
因为他做了很多极端的一些事情。
对，他做了哪些极端的事情？
他说调查我以前找过男朋友啊， 帮我朋友到我这里了嘛，我在酒店里面去帮他们用我身份证开了房，还要把人家调查出来。他说我干嘛去那里去开房？
Upon hearing the woman's account, the mediator was enraged, and immediately went to the man's house to demand an explanation. The man's father admitted that it was his idea to have his son investigate the woman's hotel room records. He believed the woman might be trying to deceive him into marriage. After the investigation, they indeed found quite a bit of evidence. It seemed that the woman had not been trying to deceive anyone, but had just played enough, and was now looking for an honest man to settle down with. The woman had never had much formal education, and her family wasn't very wealthy, but her spending habits were extraordinary. She frequently traveled by plane and had hundreds of hotel stays, all in 5-star hotels, and had traveled on flights with another man numerous times.
他就是以前的经历比较复杂了，就是然后也没上过什么班，没做过什么生意。他说是说做生意，但是做什么生意谁都不知道。然后是基本上全国各个景点都去过，全国。
Yo, he gotta be the dumbest Asian dude I ever seen, bro. Like, how did you get finesse and believe a girl that you found was in a hotel 100 different times, bro?
好多地方也都去过，然后全都是开的5星级酒店，然后查的记录是好几百次。他们同机就是说坐飞机不是有记录吗？同机次数20多次。
All these anomalies made the man suspicious. At this point, a friend of the man came to the mediator, explaining that the man had been deceived by a woman before, and was overly suspicious as a result.
他这个人太老实了，真的太老实了。你对他一参考，他宁可就是全心全无，什么都不顾的在跟你讲。没有点心眼的一个人，大朋友嘛，也是我那个朋友嘛，骗了几次，他还是相信他，而且骗的不是马
Yeah, it seems like this dude was just simping, bro. Like, you got duped out of 400 racks, boy. Like, dang, and you could tell dude looking like shaking my head, bro.
40多万。
他被人骗了40多万。
第一
His
次40多万，
ex-girlfriend scanned
第
him
二
out of
次有10多万。
400. Yeah, you could tell he's a simp, bro. He's not getting laid like that. So any girl that come along, he just, ooh, have everything.
甚至他老爸的那个抚恤金都被我那个朋友拿走。
Later, the mediator asked the woman about the situation. The woman openly admitted that the hotel room records were true. However, the man wasn't anyone else,
She
but her
admitted it?
ex-boyfriend. Her ex had always worked out of town doing business, which explained the numerous hotel stays across the country, all with her ex. As for why she disliked this man and still chose to have his child, she said it was to clear her name. Additionally, she was worried about not being able to have a child later in life.
一个是生下来证明一下他的身份嘛。
对
You worry about the wrong things, being in a telly over 100 different times with a dude. And if you really think it was just her ex, you just as goofy as he is.
第二个我舍不得，我肯定自己的崽他不要我也可以养，你自己带着吧。
After hearing both parties' statements, the mediator realized that there was a huge misunderstanding between them, but it was difficult to reconcile easily. So, they decided to bring them to the judicial department to help them part ways peacefully. The woman requested a paternity test, but the man remained silent, continuously having his friends speak on his behalf. Can't you speak for yourself? The woman was infuriated by the man's spinelessness.
Nah,
你作为一个男人这么没担当，那好吧。
dude's a pushover. She even said it. Like, she was disappointed in his spinelessness. I could tell that's how that relationship was, but she just mad because he putting up business on Front Street and he telling his homeboys. That's why she really tight. But you could tell she definitely looked at him like, yeah, he a pushover. Like,
我生的崽我自己可以养啊。我
look at my son. Like,
这么辛辛苦苦，我把他生下来，我把他，然后又给你，我神经病啊我早就我是有这种想法，我当初我还了他，我就直接打掉就好了啦。
After saying that, the woman left the mediation scene, and 10 days later, the paternity test results came back. The child was indeed the man's biological child. Upon seeing the results, the woman finally felt a sense of relief. However, marriage was no longer an option. She immediately sued the man in court, demanding compensation for emotional distress,
What?
with an expectation of $1 million.
So she plays him, but then turns around and sues him for $1 million. Man, y'all, what y'all got going on in China, man? Let me know. I don't think the Passport Bros going to China anyway. They going to where the Lady Boys is at. Where they at in Thailand?
Million yuan. As for how the court would rule, it remains unknown.
The complexity of this incident makes one reflect on how fragile marriage and love are in today's society. The experience of this 30-year-old girl reflects the confusion and helplessness modern people feel when it comes to love. She was eager to find a suitable sugar daddy through arranged marriage, but didn't anticipate that her past would become a burden in her life. The man's doubts about her past also expose the society's double standards regarding women's reputation, especially when it comes to personal privacy. Shouldn't we respect each other's past more, instead of hastily judging? It's also worth considering whether the woman's demand for $1 million.
I wouldn't say you gotta, judge a person past, but when it comes to dating, I mean, your past is very important, and it's your job to do the digging. I'm not gonna say it's nice when people's honest, but it's your job to do the digging, and what you find out, and it determines if it meets your standards. Great. If it don't, well, cool. But your past is very important.
Yuan compensation is truly just about defending her reputation, or if it's a form of revenge for what she has lost. And the man's final attitude, silence, avoidance, and even not daring to face the issue himself. Does it reflect his helplessness in this relationship? Can we still call this relationship love? In the whirlpool of emotions, is love truly the power that can solve all problems? Or have people already lost their initial trust and sincerity under the contract of marriage? Do you think this relationship has a future? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's discuss together. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
All right, man. Make sure y'all, comment, like, and subscribe, and comment down below. So I noticed my YouTube channel been slowing down a bit. So if you come across this video, I need y'all to turn it up, run these numbers up. Make sure y'all subscribe and turn the bell on. And we gonna get into it. Yo.